Knicks center Enes Kanter is a wanted man in his native Turkey, where he has been accused of insulting President Tayyip Erdogan. A Turkish prosecutor asked for NBA's New York Knicks star Enes Kanter to be jailed for up to 4 years for insulting Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan, the state-run news agency Anadolu reported on Wednesday. Kanter's passport was revoked by Turkish authorities earlier this year, and an arrest warrant was issued after he was named a fugitive by a Turkish court over his support for US-based Islamic preacher Fethullah Gül, whom Ankara accuses of orchestrating an attempted coup in July 2016. Kanter is a longtime supporter of Gül, who has lived in self-imposed exile in Pennsylvania since 1999 and whose extradition Erdogan is seeking. Gül denies involvement in the failed putsch. Kanter has referred to Erdogan as the Hitler of our century on Twitter. The indictment on Wednesday said Kanter used Twitter to defame and deride Erdogan, Anadolu said. The 6'11" center tweeted on Wednesday in response to the indictment, adding screenshots of the media reports. "I have said less than that honorless man deserves. Add another 4 years for me, master," he told his 526,000 Twitter followers. Scroll down for video. "Add another 4 years for me," Kanter wrote in Turkish, expressing his dislike of Erdogan. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, center, is an honorless man according to Kanter. Born in Switzerland, where his father was studying at the time, Enes Kanter is one of a handful of Turkish players to reach the NBA. As a teenager, he was a top recruit for U.S. colleges. Kanter was detained in Romania in May when authorities learned his Turkish passport had been revoked. He later returned to the United States. Kanter lashed out at Erdogan at a news conference following his detention, calling him the Hitler of our century. He holds a U.S. green card that allows him to live and work in the country on a permanent basis. Last year, Turkish media published a handwritten letter signed by Kanter's father, Mehmet, disowning a son he accused of having been hypnotized by the Gül movement. In response, the 25-year-old Kanter, the third pick in the NBA draft when he joined Utah Jazz in 2011, said he was dedicating himself to Gül and the clerics Hizmet service movement. In June, Kanter said his father was arrested in Turkey. Kanter tweeted, "Hey world, my dad has been arrested by Turkish government and the Hitler of our century. He is potentially to get tortured as 1,000 others." Turkish preacher Fethullah Gül speaks during a group interview in Salisbury, Pennsylvania. Gül has been accused by Erdogan of plotting a military coup. However, the Kanter family is reportedly in full support of the regime, with his father, Mehmet Kanter, telling Turkish media that he disowned his son due to his radical political views, which led to the basketball player to informally change his last name to Gül last year. His father also told the Daily Sabah, a pro-government newspaper in Turkey, last year, "I apologize to the Turkish people and the president for having such a son." Kanter was previously detained in Romania after the Turkish government revoked his passport as he was flying in from Indonesia.